Hey everyone, this is Demonic Miss, and today we're going to talk about recognizing the signs of physical abuse. Physical abuse is a deeply troubling and often hidden form of violence that can have severe and lasting effects on individuals. Recognizing the signs of physical abuse is crucial for intervening and supporting those who may be experiencing it. Whether you are concerned for yourself, a loved one, or someone you know, understanding these signs can make a significant difference in getting help and ensuring safety. So what is physical abuse exactly? Well, physical abuse involves the use of physical force against another person that results in bodily injury, pain, or impairment. It can range from hitting, punching, and kicking to more subtle forms such as slapping, pushing, or even withholding necessary physical care. So, signs of physical abuse. You have visible injuries, so like unexplained bruises, cuts, burns, or fractures that cannot be adequately explained or that occur with unusual frequency. In my own experience, I often had bruises on my arms and legs that I had to cover up with long sleeves and pants, even in the summer. And you have the avoidance of physical contact. Sudden reluctance to be touched or wear clothing that could reveal injuries, long sleeves in warm weather, for instance. I found myself flinching at sudden movements and avoiding hugs or even physical interactions. You have changes in behavior. Noticeable changes in behavior, such as becoming withdrawn, anxious, or overly compliant. During my ordeal, I became incredibly anxious and started isolating myself from friends and family, fearing they might notice something was wrong. You have number 4, fear of a specific person. So expressing fear or anxiety around a specific individual, especially when that person is a caregiver or a close family member. In my case, it was my husband. The mere presence of my abuser would cause me immense fear and stress, and I often avoided being in the same room with him if I could. Number 5, history of unexplained injuries. Past injuries that were explained as accidents but seemed inconsistent with the explanation given. I had a series of accidental injuries that, in hindsight, were clearly part of a pattern of abuse. Number 6, inconsistent stories. Providing inconsistent or vague explanations about how injuries occurred. I often stumbled over my words or gave unclear explanations about my injuries to avoid raising suspicion. Number 7, injuries in unusual places. So like injuries in places of the body that are not commonly injured accidentally, like the back, thighs, or upper arms. My injuries were often in places that could be hidden by clothing or my hair, which is a common tactic used by abusers to avoid detection. I remember one time he smashed my head up against the wall, and I had a sore right there, and I was bleeding. I didn't get any help from it, but I was able to hide my hair. I was able to hide the sore with my hair. Then you have isolation, being kept away from social activities, friends, or family, often by a caregiver or partner. My abuser isolated me from my support network, making it harder for me to seek help or even realize the extent of the abuse. I remember one time my cousin called. She wanted to hang out. And he thought that... Now, I did do another video where I discussed the sexual assault from one of my other cousins, right? He felt that I lied about being sexually assaulted by my cousin. He had the mindset of, I did it willingly. And it was weird because if I admitted to doing it willingly, even though that wasn't the truth, I was lying. But if I told him the truth, the actual truth, I was lying. Nothing I said was good enough for him. And so he thought that my cousin, this was a different one, a female, was arranging for me to meet with my other cousin, the one who sexually assaulted me, in a hotel, and that's why, she wanted to meet me. Turns out that wasn't the truth. She wanted to meet me to try and pull me away from him so they could get out of me what was going on, because they suspected that I was being abused and they were trying to help, but he locked me in a closet for 2 weeks, pregnant, with literally just a bucket to pee in. And he would feed me sandwiches and water. That was all I had for those couple weeks that I was locked in that closet. Most of the time, since we lived with his parents, it was with his mom and his stepdad. It was mostly I was allowed out when they were out, but as soon as they left, I had to go back in the closet. So he could make sure that I wasn't going to go off anywhere. It was absolutely horrible. He even made me go to the bathroom in a cat litter box once because he didn't want to leave me out of his sight to go to the bathroom. So control and monitoring, which I just explained some of those. Experiencing excessive control or monitoring of activities, including limiting access to communication devices or financial resources. My abuser monitored my phone calls. I wasn't allowed to use the phone, and if I did, I could only use the phone for a few minutes, and he had to be right there. He made it incredibly difficult for me to reach out for help. So this is what you can do if you suspect physical abuse. If you suspect that someone is experiencing physical abuse, it's essential to approach the situation with sensitivity and care. Listen and support them. Encourage the individual to talk about their experiences if they feel safe doing so. Provide non-judgmental support and reassurance. Document your concerns. Keep a record of any observations or conversations related to your suspicions. This documentation can be crucial if the person decides to seek help or take legal action. Offer resources. So share information about local resources such as domestic violence hotlines, shelters, or counseling services. Offer to assist them in accessing these resources if they feel comfortable. I'm sorry, I forgot to put my phone on vibrate. I thought I did, but apparently not. Alright, so, offer to assist them in accessing these resources if they feel comfortable. So what I'm going to do is I will include, I'm in Virginia, so I will include the domestic violence hotlines. I will also include shelters and counseling services out here. However, if you are in a specific state or country and you need them, let me know and I will do my best to get those resources for you. You can send them to me privately on one of my social medias. Check in my description for how to reach me. So encourage professional help. Encourage the person to seek medical attention for any injuries and to speak with a trusted healthcare provider or counselor who can provide guidance and support. Report concerns. If you believe someone is in immediate danger, do not hesitate to contact the local law enforcement or emergency services for assistance. Recognizing the signs of physical abuse requires vigilance and empathy. By understanding these signs and knowing how to respond appropriately, you can play a vital role in supporting those who may be experiencing abuse and helping them find safety and healing. If you or someone you know is experiencing physical abuse, remember that help is available. Reach out to local resources or trusted individuals who can provide assistance and support. Together, we can work towards ending the cycle of violence and promoting safety for all. Having personally endured the horrors of physical abuse, I know how isolating and terrifying it can be. But remember, you are not alone. There are people and resources ready to help you reclaim your safety and well-being. Reaching out for help was one of the hardest but most important steps I ever took. You deserve to live free from fear and harm. So if you like this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share. By all means, check out the description below. If you feel like I missed anything, let me know. If you need any help or you need any resources, please let me know and I will be glad to see what I can do to help you. Thank you guys so much for watching.